So trimming these teeny tiny little squares, if you don't feel like always going back and forth between your cutting board and your sewing, because you really need to trim these in between. Another thing you can do, because of how small these are, if you have a really good pair of scissors, like sewing scissors that your kids are not allowed to use for paper, then this works as well. So that way it's just pretty easy to sit there and just kind of trim a little bit. And as you can see, it's just as effective. Uh-oh. Now we're gonna line up the 1 inch by 2.5 inch strip with the 2.5 inch square that we have the triangle stitch and flip on. So these flower petals started to line up with the border strips. So now you're gonna add another flower petal to that side. So there you can kind of see, move some of the stuff. So lining up the points. This is where it's good to have a good relationship with your machine and have a lot of trust, because your fingers are like just right there. I've been trying to figure out what to name my machine, because just like cars, I feel like, you know, you spend a lot of time at your machine and they have little personalities and we build relationships with our machines. So I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna name mine. All right, looks pretty good so far, I think. Okay, so this is the beginning of our flower petals. I'm thinking it is looking kind of cute. So now what we're gonna do, now that we have the two halves, we're gonna put this in the center. So that's gonna help create that flower petal look. That this edge and this edge are lining up really well. So we'll just check this, make sure that that line rotating cutting boards, I think that those are really spiffy. Okay, well, that one looks pretty good. What do you guys think?